Welcome to TigerWolf. I'm Josh, and this is David.
Please be aware, this podcast contains strong language and spoilers. Last episode of the 4th season.
He's talking about this one, guys. I don't know why I just said it.
I was hoping you would lead from there, but whatever.
Yes, this is what he said. All right. See you next season.
Bye.
We can do a quick, you want to do like a kind of recap of hotspots?
Yeah.
Good. Our favorite moments and nobody else's because you guys suck. No, I'm just kidding. Apparently people liked word disassociation.
Yeah. That was odd.
Either that or it was a very clicky title.
No, same thing.
Well, we started off the season pretty strong with we had Battle Angel not far in.
Yeah.
Oh, we started off super strong, man. Episode 2, The Flash Murdered Sanctuary.
I was right.
Yeah, turns out. For once, David was right.
No, you're about right.
I'm pretty sure when it comes to this sort of thing, you're right more often than not because they're very predictable.
They are, unfortunately. But yeah, I believe the last issue 9, will come out before we come back.
We can do a recap at the beginning of the season. Probably a recap of the story as a whole.
Yeah. Well, the opener for next season, we already kind of decided on. He's big. He's angry.
And we recently did an episode about the big boy Godzilla.
Yep.
Big shiny boy as he is.
And lightning and atomic breath and everything is dead.
Oh man, in my D&D game the other day, they went up against a blue dragon in Horde of the Dragon Queen. And I got to describe when it was coming at them and going to shoot the lightning breath, how like the glow started and the lightning traced on its teeth down its maw towards.
Nice.
Yeah, it felt good.
I'm not gonna lie.
They didn't get hit. They jumped down off the fucking parapet to the battlements.
This is kind of a throwback, but to the most recent Godzilla movie. The most recent American Godzilla movie. Let me fix that. When it finally started to trail up his back,
yeah, that felt good.
I was bouncing.
That was nice.
I was so happy.
Dude, that movie was very, very well done.
It could have been... It was good. I loved the movie.
It focused a little bit too much on people.
Yes.
That was... This one's going to as well.
It will. It will. Yes.
But to be fair, at least we have 11 on our side.
Yeah, and we also get to see my favorite of the monsters from the Godzilla verse.
Gigan?
Rodan, actually.
I know.
I don't know why. I can't explain why.
It's something that probably appealed to you when you were a kid, and because of that's never going to go away.
Sounds like a great idea.
What? Flying pterosaur?
The flying pterosaur. Pterodactyls,
pterosaur?
Things like that. They're...
Oh, yeah, but they all fly, so I don't... The lava pterosaur.
Yeah, now... That's going to be terrifying and amazing.
I like that they're bringing
Mothra.
Yeah, Mothra into it. I'm wondering where that's going. And I was interested in the latest trailer. There was not Kong.
Yeah,
mentioned. Because Kong is where they brought up that there was a bunch of monsters,
and they were supposed to. There's a bunch of them, but you only
they said 7.
17.
Yeah, that's what I said. Totally.
And you see, Godzilla,
Rodan,
Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan. Those are the only ones you see. But
we haven't been to that website in a while.
You know that, Kong is among them.
Well, yeah. I mean, supposedly they're supposed to be joining the two franchises
Yeah.
together. Kong is
For
where they
2020.
mentioned that there was other large creatures,
Yeah.
and whatnot, and because the ones in the quote unquote first Godzilla movie for this
The Mutos.
property were from space,
Yeah.
so they don't count
Technically count.
in the same way.
Yeah.
Like at that point,
I don't think
people
they
only
were
knew.
Titans.
Well, at that point, people in that story only knew Godzilla was from Earth.
Yeah.
And even then, there's probably people questioning that. But yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
Alita Battle Angel.
So,
I really enjoyed that movie.
of the movies we've seen this season, what's been your favorite?
Ooh, that's like comparing.
I can. And
That's
I
like
did.
comparing different like
Genres.
fruits, like apples and pears and grapes. You know,
The answer is
They're all-
grapes for you. But
no, that's probably pears.
okay, fair enough.
I really like pears. But it's I don't know, man. Like you can't really compare them. They have different qualities. Like if you're looking at them all as action movies, then which one was the most action entertaining? I think in a way Alita was, because it was all very personal action stuff, and it was like that whole dealio of like overcoming adversity, like somebody who's just legit like tore her apart, literally, and stuff like that. Then there's that in there, but also then she also got the Deus Ex fucking out body after that, where she was basically unstoppable.
Yeah. She was who she was meant to be,
which
in a way.
Yeah. That's the one I have the biggest not expectation, desire to see more of, and I hope that they really go and continue the story with it, because I really want to see where that's going.
Yeah.
There was a lot of really good actors in it. We had that episode.
Yeah.
But I think it might be Alita. There's also the possibility, though, that Captain Marvel, because it was really good. And it hails from the 90s, which, like, I grew up in the 90s, so...
I honestly expected you to say Us.
Us is a very different film. Like I said, for action.
Okay, yeah.
Us is...
Because you lean more towards enjoying the horror.
Well, yeah, but Us isn't
type.
horror. It's
a suspense thriller.
right. It gives a really good job of keeping tension without overdoing it, but it keeps you unsettled the whole time. And those are the qualities I really like about that. But at the same time, like, when it comes to real horror, real scary things, I still think that there's a long way that movie making in general can go with that. And that creators are purposely not going further. And understandably. And also at this point, it's hard to make a story that's not going to be predictable. Especially for horror.
I think mine, honestly, after everything we've seen,
Yep.
probably is Alita.
Right? I think it's because it felt like a personal story in a very real way. Ironically. What were the qualities of it that really stick out to you?
It was the fact that at first you think the guy who's helping her is, one of the bad guys.
Why? Just because he helped her? He was a bad guy in Bond?
No, because he was going out and he'd come back with blood on him.
Yeah.
And, a lot of questionable things were pointing his direction.
Yeah, but not for long.
Not for long. They cleared that up quick, fast, in a hurry. But I think the fact that it's like, what?
I'm kind of surprised it wasn't How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Yeah. 3 was a good bookend. But honestly, I mean, this is even including Endgame. I think I enjoyed Alita the most out of everything we've seen.
I wasn't including Endgame?
I don't know if you were.
Oh.
I was.
Yeah, I was. Why wouldn't I include it?
I mean, don't get me wrong, Endgame was good. But
Endgame was really good, and it was a really good capstone for what it was. I just feel like that it wasn't as painful as it should have been. Simply put, it was the kind of movie that like it should have left you feeling melancholy afterwards.
It should have left you feeling, like the moments after the water buffalo in the canyon.
Dude, that trailer came up and I like immediately started crying before they even got to that part of the trailer. I was not prepared for this.
Why would you do this to me?
Fucking, it started off with Scar talking too, which I was just like, ooh, do it again. They did. I really like that they made Scar more like a natural looking lion.
Yeah.
And less like a very differently colored lion creature.
So, some of the other things that you guys apparently really enjoyed was us doing word disassociation.
Yeah, I think I mentioned that.
I'm not sure why y'all enjoyed that so much.
I mean, I think it was just a very catchy title, and the concept of what it could mean was interesting. I mean,
it went some dark places.
It did not. Oh, this is unplanned. So I recently learned about something, kind of unrelated to what we're talking about here. Actually, mostly unrelated. But so apparently there's like in certain parts large trash flows in the Pacific Ocean. It's called the Great. Nope, can't remember. The Great Pacific Garbage something.
Yeah, it's about the size of a continent.
Well, no, so it's not like all just like one solid like thing.
Yeah.
But there are areas where it's like there's a lot of trash, and there's other areas where it's really spread out. But there's like a cleanup effort for it. And I just wanted to bring it up, bring kind of some awareness to it, and it's the kind of thing people should be trying to help out, to donate or whatever, however they can get help.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of, because like I was looking through on their website, there was a lot of different like articles of like they're talking about their plan and like the science behind it and stuff like that they tried it in small areas to try to see what would work, what wouldn't work, and to revise it and things like that. It was really interesting.
Okay.
Also, this season, I think we did a pretty good job of making sure that Disney will never hire us for anything.
Yeah, apparently.
And never work with us to do anything.
Neither will Warner Brothers.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like they could probably
where we were stabbing them with a knife, basically.
We had several for Disney, but I feel like Warner Brothers is more flexible than Disney in that sort of thing. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because of the way their movies bend back and forth between good and bad.
Here, I was going to say they were willing to let, to not fire James Gunn because of tweets.
Tweets that had already been addressed previously in his career with them?
Twice. Previously addressed twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, because we basically said Kingdom Hearts 3 was not a very good game.
That's not really Disney. That's Square.
Are you kidding me? That was exclusively Disney.
Well, yes, it was, but it was made by Square. I'm stabbing Square.
We don't want to stab Square, David.
I mean, if they'd hurry up and put 7 out, I wouldn't have a reason to stab them.
I mean, they made Radiata Stories, and I really liked that game.
They made Final Fantasy Tactics. I play Final Fantasy 14. They made
So what you're saying is you're a hypocrite.
They made the love letter Final Fantasy 15 for the fans.
Yeah, they could have. I don't know.
Written it better.
Yeah, maybe made it a little bit more of. There wasn't actually a whole lot of story there.
Not really. Not if you break it all
Like
down.
if you just played it straight through, it was like an hour, maybe, probably, minus the cutscenes, because you know how Square is with cutscenes.
But I mean, like,
okay, but all right, looking at this from
I think we had
our creator, yes,
of things this season.
Our creator's perspective is, I really enjoyed doing our new thing with the HUD.
The little bit,
like just to have like some industry level like interests in there that are not just we enjoyed this or we didn't like this, or we didn't like this or we didn't like this. I was talking to one of my coworkers and was bitching about some of the time issues for Endgame. And she was like, well, no, I mean, like, I can see because of this, this, and this. And I was like, no, I'm right. They did it wrong. Don't you understand how to fan?
Something that doesn't normally get addressed in our podcasts.
Oh, God.
But I feel like I want to say something about it.
Oh, God.
And I'm not going to completely...
Hey, get ready to cut his mic.
I'm not going to completely spoil something for you. Because
for what?
You haven't seen it.
For what?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, don't, please.
I'm just saying.
I'm waiting so that I can catch up later.
An event that happened in episode 3.
I've heard that there's some Deus Ex shit that goes on. I heard that there was some Deus Ex shit that happened in there that really kind of messed up the whole the raw brutal rules of the world for it. So I'm not exactly looking forward to that because this was supposed to be the big one out of all the episodes this season. And I've heard I've heard that there was more backlash for this than anything else so far.
That was something that happened for me was bullshit.
Are you watching them?
I watched snippets of it as I could.
You're just like a little review baby. You don't actually watch anything. You just watch things.
I didn't get it. I don't have HBO anymore.
I have access. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I have access. It's called a VPN. JK.
And that is what
private internet.
HBO will never do anything with us.
Private internet access. It's good VPN.
How many?
Not sponsored.
So, how many companies are we at now? 4?
I mean, we're on the positive side of some too.
Which one?
Well, apparently right now, private internet access is.
I guess Marvel Comics, we're on the positive side.
Marvel in general. Look, if they can cut a man's head off, they're not that closely connected to Disney. And by man, I mean purple, scarred old dude.
Purple.
Is that? You think that's Disney's explaining that away as he wasn't a human?
I mean, that's...
If we're going to wasn't human in Disney, that's pretty much 90% of the characters.
That's how Marvel got around paying taxes on the superhero figurines in the 90s because they classified them as not human.
Or inhuman.
The X-Men were classified as mutants. Therefore, they were exempt for the tax related to human-like figurines.
But they're still human-like. They're humanoid.
By law, they were not called humans.
Does nobody at these companies play D&D?
They were not called humans by law. Therefore, they did not have to pay that tax.
So stupid.
The little things you learn. But so for next season, I assume you want to continue doing HUD. Which I'm all for.
I mean, it really depends on what's coming out for news stuff that we want to talk about. Like, I honestly really enjoyed talking about the BioWare stuff.
I'm just saying, this is one thing that's coming out after we come back.
E3?
Yes.
Well, obviously. We were right about so many things last time.
I really wish more people were listening to us when we were right about that.
Hey, sound guy, we're going to have to get together on what exactly we're going to be doing for scheduling that too.
Ooh, yeah. That's going to be fun. I assume we're going to continue our SMRs and SGRs.
We might have to rebrand them.
I mean, if something... I don't know. Right
if we keep doing this, they might not be shitty anymore.
I'm not sure if anything else is really coming out gaming-wise that I'm going to be picking up. Let me paraphrase that.
If
oh wait, no, there's one thing.
If I can start actually attacking my list of things I need to catch up on, then it can just be me talking about things I'm catching up on.
I mean, there is one game I have pre-ordered, but it's not really a game; it's an expansion.
I don't know what else is coming out for games,
and that's Shadowbringers.
Shadowbringers.
It's the expansion for Final Fantasy 14.
I don't know, dude. I've been playing Blades. Recently, it's in beta right now. Plays pretty well for beta. Plays pretty well for Bethesda beta. Good God, it plays pretty well for Bethesda.
5.
That's not fair. Remember when we talked about 76, David? We're already on their bad side.
We were already on a list.
They've been doing a lot of work on that, and it actually had a big patch coming out that looks like it might add some things. My main issues is they've added gameplay by taking away gameplay.
Okay.
They've added gameplay by making it harder to kill things.
Oh.
Basically, and it's one of those things where it's like, look, Bethesda.
Making things HP sponges is not making the game better.
Right. Or reducing your damage, still making them damage sponges.
Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand, some of us who play games are not that great at playing games. I get that.
Oh, and you watch that too?
I get that.
Shout out to Matt Pat.
I'm willing to admit I'm probably one of those. All right. With the exclusion of Devil May Cry 2. That's the only... Right offhand, that's the only one I can think of I've beaten on the hardest difficulty.
Yes, your right hand is your offhand.
Well, I mean, that was the one that I couldn't do. Couldn't use at the time because of a cast.
Oh.
Well, brace thing. Whatever. But, yeah. Seriously.
No, I mean, they're adding modes too, though.
Yeah.
They're adding PvE, PvP. They're actually doing that, even though they didn't really want to, because they realize it's probably the best way to do it. But they're not doing it in that way necessarily.
Yeah.
There's there's going to be opt-in, opt-outs basically for servers that the initial damage and stuff like that will be lower for player versus player.
Yeah.
And there's other ones that it's full damage straight on.
Oh.
And
That's
stuff
fun.
like that. I'd have to look at the article
again.
Yeah, it was on Reddit. But yeah, no, I totally agree about the bullet sponge thing, and that is one of my biggest issues with Bethesda, because that's the only way they've ever increased difficulty, and it's just look at Borderlands, okay? They went into 2 specifically so that they were making difficulty not based around damage and HP values, because when you do that, then you're losing. All you're doing is scaling the gameplay to be the same continuously.
Yeah.
And guess what's boring? I don't feel like I'm getting better, stronger or anything like that as a character if I'm having the same struggle constantly.
Yeah. I mean,
it's exactly why I get bored of games sometimes. If it feels like I'm doing the same thing over and over again, because there's no way to make progress to get to the next thing I should be struggling with.
Yeah. I feel like I'm probably in a minority of people when it comes to most games, but a very story-driven game like Tomb Raider games.
Okay, we'll call those story-driven, but okay.
comparatively.
They're not story driven.
I
Like
play
you could definitely have that game. Just rip the whole story out and still have that game.
I play it on the easiest difficulty the first time through. So
You
I
also
can experience
play games
the
more than
story.
once.
And then, okay, now let's kick up the difficulty and actually feel it for the challenge, which I've done with all 3 of them. I've beaten it on the easiest difficulty and then on the hardest difficulty.
That way you get the real ending. That kind of shit, like that gatekeeping based off of challenge thing is not good.
I'm glaring at you, Kingdom Hearts.
It does that too? I don't know.
The secret endings always are behind. You either play on normal and do everything,
To be fair,
or you play on the hardest difficulty and just beat the game.
To be fair, with the internet, you don't have to play it at all.
Yeah, true. Now, but
I mean, like,
look,
I'm not saying that they should be doing this. I'm just saying that because of the way the world works right now, it doesn't actually impact people unless they feel like they're, because you don't really miss out because you can just go online and watch it.
Yeah.
You miss out only in the sense that your achievement to the game developer isn't a real achievement as far as they're concerned, which is a really mean way to put that.
I mean,
now that I say it.
But, so we'll have those. I want to keep doing pagedom.
Yeah, like, I wish I could say, like, we could alternate or something like that. But
You don't read comics.
Well, it's not just that I don't read comics, it's that I can't read comics.
That's fair.
No. We'll keep doing TigerWolf plays, but we're gonna have to plan those a bit better and
hopefully make them more enjoyable for you guys.
More manageable for us.
I said more enjoyable.
Oh.
For them.
Well, that too.
Manageable for us, yes, but more enjoyable for them.
I mean, we can keep playing Trivial Pursuit and stuff like that.
I mean,
I have plenty of questions to keep going around with that.
Maybe do another word disassociation.
Are you sure you want to know where that one goes?
Probably not, but I mean, hey, not like we can piss off many more companies. I don't know. What do you guys think? How many companies' lists do you think we're on?
I don't think we're on any, David. They have to listen to us first.
Oh, ow. That's fair. If they listen to us, I'm pretty sure we'd be on at very least Bethesda's and BioWare's.
I don't know. I feel like Bethesda's learned how to tune out criticism. Because we know EA has.
Ooh, real quick. Have you seen the trailer for the first look trailer for Jedi Fallen Order?
No.
I'm on board.
I am interested in Days Gone, though.
I am on board for Jedi Fallen Order.
Is it out or is it in beta?
It's out.
Speaking of beta, I signed up for the Hightail beta.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Awesome. It looked... Now I finally watched it because I actually,
got made to watch it when you came over?
Yeah. I keep forgetting, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. You have the better memory of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
All of us. Don't go to sleep. We're on the show.
But it looks good.
It does look really good. And I'm really interested. I don't know if they have like what their release plan is for like timeline.
Yeah, timeline.
But I'm excited to see what they do with that. It looks like it's going to be really interesting. I think that's pretty much the end of the sentence. And I think that's pretty much the end of the show.
Yeah, probably.
What to expect coming up in on the short list is more of HUDs, SGR, SMR, shitty gaming reviews, and shitty movie reviews. Maybe one day we'll move on from them being shitty.
No, because we're never going to actively take
Page them.
criticism courses.
Page them. I'm making a list, David.
I'm sorry.
Tangential discussion, because that's what we do when we have no idea what else to do.
Or if we just have a topic we just want to just blurt about.
What was the other one? TigerWolf plays.
That might be on the list twice.
It's not. That's the one the whole time I was trying to think of.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. Like, our SGRs may be a bit limiting, but instead of doing SGRs, we'll probably fill that in with HUD stuff about E3, which is going to be all gaming stuff.
Yeah, or just upcoming news about upcoming games. If any pops up, like they announced DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hey, maybe that one will add your characters. We love you guys, and we appreciate you listening to us, and you better keep doing it.
Please.
No, you can't. No. Don't show weakness. Do you not know how to fan?
They're not a lion. I don't think. I mean, if you're
You just got to bring it back to Lion King on me?
If you're playing this to the lions in a zoo.
Why are you still listening right now? Hold on. Why are you still listening? We just ended the episode.
Well, I suppose that's the end of the episode.
Please like, comment, follow, and share. And also, more importantly, thank you for listening.
Take care. Bye.